Just yesterday I discussed the preview of the MPD group figures for the month of November, which of course gave us the revelation that the PS4 had beaten the Xbox One in the month of November after a 4-month streak from the Xbox One. And now we have an interesting report from Windows Central. Now, they rightfully acknowledge the fact that actual sales figures in terms of hard units sold have been pretty difficult to lock down. But thankfully, they managed to get some information from what they call a trusted source. And that source said that Microsoft shifted 1 million Xbox Ones during November. And of course, they did win Black Friday as well. And apparently, according to this source, the PlayStation family, so Slim, PS4 and PS4 Pro, managed to beat the Xbox One by 100,000 units, making a total sale of 1.1 million units sold. And also, according to these same sources, the PlayStation VR managed to sell roughly 68,000 units within that same month. So while we should take these figures with a pinch of salt, as they do come from an anonymous source, and we won't really know if they're true or not, as MPD don't tend to go into hard figures, and Microsoft have been unwilling to give hard figures on the sales of the Xbox One for quite some time, and even Sony only give us hard sales every now and again. But still, if these figures are true, it is technically true that the PS4 did outsell the Xbox One in the month of November, but only by a hair, and does still speak to the competitiveness of the Xbox One in the gamer's mind, because of course while the Xbox One S did really well, you would think with the release of the Pro people would be getting that, and of course we're looking at a total sales of the PS4 family, so again the vanilla, the Slim, the Pro, and of course PlayStation VR as well. Now let's just say that the overall 50 million units is only about the consoles, which they undoubtedly are, and the 1.1 million is for that same figure. We're still looking at a pretty close race between Sony and Microsoft, even if Sony did manage to hedge out Xbox. So this is pretty damn impressive, given that the Pro just came out and of course has been pretty heavily marketed, and numerous titles have come out for it. But you could also make the strong argument that the real system sellers for the Pro have yet to release, as they're going to be like Horizon Zero Dawn and other such titles like that. So what I'm really interested in is the bigger picture, the more long-term picture. That's what's going to give us the more complete picture of what's going on between Microsoft and Sony, and of course when the release of the Xbox Scorpio finally arrives, that's going to be really interesting as well. So if the Xbox is still remaining competitive with the release of the Pro, perhaps Scorpio is going to mean that their sort of momentum continues. It seems the momentum of the past 4 months for the sales of the Xbox One have definitely benefited Microsoft. Again, this is all from a report, so do take it with a pinch of salt. I will include the source from Windows Central in the description below this video, so give it a read if you're at all interested, but still, gives us some more information. But of course I will be giving the full MPD report when it releases next week. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.